So, as is probably abundantly clear by now, this is not my first attempt at the scenario. I'd like to say it's my last one. I'd like to finally complete the scenario. This is now like my third attempt at the scenario. First two attempts were miserable failure, and I had to end it long before I was even at hope of getting a bronze. Just unprofitable track and trains. So, first of all, do you go track and trains or do you go the industry route? I've tried both, they both seem unprofitable. I don't know what you're meant to do, to be honest. Track and trains might be better, industry only might be better. I say industry only for the first few years, like once you get to about, 1900, you probably want to start building track and trains, because getting from Vienna to Istanbul will take quite a while. And you do have to run at least one express train at an average of 30 miles an hour or more. And you also need 15 million in company net worth. Speaking of which, we have 2 AI, but all 3 of us start with 100,000 in player cash. We will create the company, and the Orient Express I don't think was run by a specific railroad company. It's more just like a train run by a train company rather than like a railroad company. But we are going to be just, our company is just the Orient Express Railroad. It was probably the National Railroad of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, whatever that was. And, National Railroad of like the Ottoman Empire, Bulgaria, Romania, whatever they were. I don't know what they were called. But we are the Orient Express Railroad. And straight away, you have to make an important decision, which will give you a game-wide bonus, but you can only have one of these bonuses out from a choice of 8. Before deciding to take on this challenge, you were a successful entrepreneur. Exactly what you invested in is a bit vague. What was it that you were focusing on recently? Was it science and technology? Was it business and finance? Was it industry and construction? Or was it arts and politics? Now, whichever one of these 4 you pick, in about a month's time, you get a choice of 2. So each one of those 2 will then give you 1 bonus, and that is it for the game. You can only have 1 bonus in total. I don't know what they all do from memory, but some of them are more useful than others. Industry and construction, if you go the industry route, that gives you 30% cheaper building and buying industries. That includes hotels, post offices, restaurants and taverns, as well as building and buying pre-existing things like breweries, grain farms, dairy farms, distilleries, dairy processors, meat plants, any industry. Not track and trains, not stations, but industry for 30% cheaper is a very good bonus. Construction, I think, is cheaper track and trains. Not trains, cheaper track and stations, and possibly things like maintenance and service, so that's useful as well, but I don't think it's as useful. Arts and politics, arts is pretty useless. I can't remember exactly what it does, but arts is pretty useless. Politics is very useful, because it allows you to buy access into other countries or territories for 75% discount. So if something like the Ottoman Empire, which costs 5 million normally, it now only costs you 1.25 million. So you save several million going for politics, because you have to buy into the Ottoman Empire at least, and you also probably want to buy into like Bulgaria and Romania. There is also Serbia, but I don't think Serbia is worth it. You can make a lot of money from Bulgaria, Romania later on in this game. Science and technology, I think, is faster trains and possibly cheaper trains, maybe like more reliable, I can't remember. Business and finance, I've never done it before, but I'm going to go with that. And one of these, I don't know what it does. The one that I do know what it does is the one I'm going to go for. So straight away, we are going to set the dividend as high as we can. And I'm going to save the game. And I'd like to say this is my first attempt, but you can clearly see it isn't. So this is Orient Express LP Hard 3. So we just basically sit back and wait for the notification to come up with our bonus. Yeah. High-powered investment strategies and the like. Smart, very smart. Where was your interest in high finance? Stock and bonds or new businesses and speculation? New businesses and speculation, I don't know what that does. Stock and bonds is fairly self-explanatory. So we're going to go for stock and bonds. Played the stocks well, it seems, in fact very well. Your company credit rating has gone way up and your company earned an extra $500,000 on a sweet $1,000 stock tip from an unnamed financier, who shall remain nameless. I wonder who this person is. She had a great deal of success with cattle futures. Who is this mystery person? Some sort of Austrian, Hungarian, Romanian, Ottoman, I don't know, Balkan meat cattle dealer. Anyway, so we now start with almost, I don't quite know why it's almost and not exactly 1.6 million, we must have lost a bit of money somehow. And a AAA credit rating, which allows us to have more bonds at a lower interest rate early on, which just basically gives us a bigger influx in cash. Granted, that's it, that's the only bonus. We don't have any more oh, our net worth has actually gone up. I think. Granted, we don't get any other bonuses, like we still have to pay the 5 million for the Ottoman Empire, 3 million for Bulgaria, 1 million for Romania, which is full access rights price. Russia is only 100,000. Yeah, we still have to pay full access rights price, and you know, track and trains and industry are the same price. But honestly, the economy is so weak in this scenario, for me, I found, that initial influx of cash might just be what we need to get set up. Now, where do we start? Zagreb actually has a lot of cargo, as does Varaždin. I mean, we do want to connect to Vienna eventually, obviously. Budapest is fairly central. As for the express speed, we don't want to go for wooden bridges because they can't be doubled up, and they slow trains down a lot. Iron bridges are probably the best overall because they only slow trains down a bit, and they can be doubled up, and they're cheaper than stone. Stone can be doubled up and the trains can not slow down them at all, but they're very expensive. So we're going to go for iron bridges generally. Once we get more money, we can swap them over to stone. But yeah, I think if we've got enough, I might try and connect Vienna to Zagreb, and then later on we can start building into Budapest. Annoyingly, we've taken out a single bond and our credit rating has gone from AAA to A. But we do have 2 million in cash. I don't want to issue stock. So hopefully we've got enough to go from Vienna to Zagreb. As for the track and the trains, well, the track we build as normal, except we have to build branch lines for maintenance and service so that the trains can basically run non-stop between stations without stopping for fuel and water. The reason for that is when the train is refuelling, it won't be carrying anything other than a caboose. So it won't be carrying any express, so it won't affect our express speed. Freight speed is not affected, but hopefully we can connect Vienna to Zagreb. So if we start in Vienna, want a station that covers something like that, and then to Zagreb, or we go over to Győr, then Budapest. Possibly Bratislava if we can afford it as well. I'm just looking at Zagreb and I'm thinking that's got a lot of cargo. There's a very profitable textile mill there, and saying that there's textile mills in Vienna and Bratislava. There's kind of textile mills all over the place. So this is the thing, is this scenario is very difficult if I've not made it abundantly clear already. Vienna to Zombatelli is not going to be very easy, and there are going to be a lot of cities I'm not going to pronounce correctly because I'm not Balkan, I'm not Hungarian, but I think it is pronounced Zombatelli, or something like that. Something close, if not that. The fact I can build unconnected track will help enormously in this scenario. That's one good thing. I want as flat track as possible because A, it's cheaper, and B, it allows my trains to run faster. But getting to Zombatelli might not be that easy. I was rather hoping that might be a bit smoother and flatter than it is, but it isn't. So yeah, I mean, I always try and build the track as smooth and straight as possible, but it's vital in this when express speed is such a critical factor. I mean, we can always just run trains that are freight only, and then we don't have to worry about express speed. I might actually genuinely be better off running round this way. That looks like it might be better overall. So there's a bit of a dip there, but it's not too bad actually. So I could go to Győr, or I could go to Zombatelli. Maybe do both if we've got enough. And I might have to take out another bond. So if we go to over towards Zombatelli, like that. Yeah, I kind of do want that farm, but I think for the sake of cheapness, we'll go for a medium station right now. So Zombatelli doesn't exactly have a lot of cargo. Vienna does have some cargo. I mean, passengers only become available once we connect up the stations, but yeah. So you kind of have to build extra track like that, and then the train basically runs just a caboose with no cargo and refuels, and then it can go from Vienna to Zombatelli probably more or less non-stop. And then from Zombatelli we might just have enough to be able to get to Zagreb without another bond, but it's uncertain at this point. Ooh, I don't want 3% gradient. Yeah, so unfortunately this is a bit bumpy, but I think 2% gradient is probably okay. Bit of a gradient when you come up to go over the bridge, but it should be okay. Now, normally the AI starts in Zagreb. If we do like Vienna Bratislava, for example, there will be an AI that goes Zagreb Varaždin, which would normally be okay, other than the fact these cities are very close to each other, and they don't really make a lot of money. Except the AI just kind of go, and build track like that, and then they just have this horrible gradient, and they go really slow and lose a lot of money. Which is quite funny to watch, but, you know, stupid AI is stupid, I suppose. And this isn't exactly what I wanted, actually. What I want. So Varaždin medium station, if possible. covers most of the city, but not all of it. But I think it'll suffice. So a lot of just random industries dotted about here. We could always just bypass Vrashtin and go straight to Zagreb. I think we will need another bomb though. Unfortunately. Yeah, so if I wasn't going to go to Vrashtin, I would go round here like that. But I think Vrashtin is still worth connecting to. It's just getting the track right might not be that easy. That actually does work quite nicely. Not like that. Okay, we've got 65,000 left, but if we take out another bond, it's still only 7%. Wait, why is it 7%? It's AAA. Huh, that's weird. I was able to get the bond as though I had a... as though it was, Okay, this doesn't make any sense. My credit rating is A. I was able to take that out, those two out as though it was AAA. But then if I take another one out, it's like my credit rating is triple B, so the credit rating is being a bit weird at the moment. But anyway, so we've managed to... Is that the entire city of Vrashtin? Not quite, but... I don't really want to build a large station here. So I'll just do something like that for now. So Vrashtin's got a little bit of stuff. Yeah, so we've got Vienna, Zombotelli, Zagreb, Vrashtin. Now, Zagreb. We could do... I think... Zagreb, Vienna seems possibly profitable. Although actually Zagreb, Vrashtin we could do an express train, but see, this is the thing, is there's actually not much. Because there's nobody wants to actually go to Zagreb for some reason, in terms of passengers or mail. There's only some passengers want to go from Zagreb to Vrashtin. A couple of logs we can ship from Zagreb to Vrashtin. There's no wool we can send to Zagreb. A bit of pulpwood wants to go from Zagreb to Vrashtin. As for Vienna to Vrashtin we can send a load of alcohol. Pulpwood we can send to Vrashtin. Passengers want to go from Vienna to Zombotelli, but that's honestly it. Vienna to Zagreb we can ship some produce, and Vienna to Zagreb we could do coal. So I think Vienna to Zagreb could just end up being a standard freight train. Which then basically means I don't need to worry about the speed of the train. So if we just build water towers as normal, and then build a maintenance like here, roughly halfway between Vienna and Zagreb, hopefully it can actually Or was it Vienna to Verashtin? I can't really remember, actually. Vienna Verashtin would be actually reasonably profitable. But then Vienna Zagreb would also be quite profitable. Zombatelli is fairly useless, except for the fact that there's some passengers want to go from Vienna to Zombatelli. Verashtin is actually... We could do Verashtin to Zagreb. Okay. So, as for trains, the Thatcher Perkins is probably our friend here, for now. So we'll do Vienna to Zagreb. Any freight. And then we will also do... Is Vienna Verashtin worth it? No. Because the only thing we deliver is a bit of pulpwood, so that's not really worth doing. Verashtin, Zagreb. And then Zagreb... Verashtin. Yeah, so just Zagreb Verashtin. And that can be any freight. Okay, so we can't set the dividend. So we've now got Vienna Zagreb and Zagreb Verashtin, and they're just freight trains. Yeah, Thatcher Perkins is probably just the best overall, for now. And passengers actually do really like it. It's got 120% bonus for passengers. So, as expected, one of the AIs has done Budapest to Kecskemét. That is a very common thing for the AI to do. I mean, I could actually take out more bonds, and then if I go like full bonds, I could probably actually do Vienna, Győr, Bratislava, Győr, and Budapest. And then that sudden influx of money might just help us out. So the AI has actually done the hard work of creating the station and track in Budapest. Bratislava, I don't know how much there's actually going to be in Bratislava, but we'll connect there anyway. And then from Bratislava, we could go Bratislava to Budapest directly, or we could just go via Győr. But we'll connect up to Győr with a medium station for now, just for a bit of cheapness. So I'm aware that I'm not running any express, but there's not a great deal of passengers, although passengers have now started to appear. Győr doesn't have a whole lot. Unfortunately, Győr's not too useful for us. Now, unfortunately, Budapest is actually kind of around a bit of a hill, and not really much I can do about that, but one thing I might be able to do is build around these breweries and houses. It's going to be a bit twisty, but that actually does kind of work. Rather than having to build around these hills over here, and then from Győr, we're going to have to find this area around here. Ooh. Okay, so that's not too bad track. And then we've got Vienna to Budapest and Zagreb. So Győr still doesn't really have much going for it. Budapest, though, we can deliver some... Yes, there's still actually not a great deal of passengers, etc., but we can deliver grain from Budapest and some produce to Vienna. And Bratislava does actually fit a medium station. And that's actually basically flat, which is really nice. I must have got the very lucky there with that bridge, because that's basically flat, or, you know, it's about as flat as you can get in this game. Now, Bratislava does actually have quite a lot of passengers, and there's a few passengers want to go between Vienna to Bratislava. Also, interestingly, Bratislava to Győr maybe, but I just don't really want to be running express trains right now. I'm quite happy with just running freight. But we will run a train from Budapest to Vienna as a freight train. Vienna itself, I don't know what we can actually deliver from Vienna to Budapest. Some pulpwood. That'll do. Now, next, we probably want to actually just save our money. Because we do have quite a lot of bonds now. So we'll have to pay about 300,000 in interest. But if we were going to expand further, I'm not sure where we would go, honestly. I mean, maybe Pex, or maybe... What's actually in Kexkamet? I haven't actually looked there. Quite a bit of coal, but can't really ship it anywhere. The other issue as well is that it's just AI track. The second AI has gone I don't know how you pronounce these places, I do apologise. Kosice and Miskolc. They're not going to make a profit. I know. The Budapest and Kexkamet may actually make a profit, to be fair. And it might actually be worthwhile building some hotels. Possibly, although that might actually just help the AI more than help the source. It is also possible that we might need more maintenance and service. But at least we are actually making a small profit. We've got some decent trains going. Is there anything much in Zalaegerszeg? Again, I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but Zalaegerszeg, Pets. There's a lot of cargo in Zagreb. Like, a lot of cargo. I mean, Budapest, Zagreb would probably be reasonably profitable. It's just a long, long way. Zalagajeg doesn't seem to be that large. We're not making a ton of profit, but we are making a bit of profit. Can't raise the dividend any further, unfortunately. Ah, no, there you go. Vienna to Budapest has just run out of water, so we are going to need probably a service station, maybe like here. So I mean, we aren't running, because we're not running express, it doesn't really matter. Our average speed is 24 miles an hour. It will get faster until 1900, and then 1900 will hit, and the trains will, the cargo loads will get bigger, which will then hurt us even more. So after 1900, it might be quite difficult. But there is an event in this scenario that will help us if we can do it. So the trains will become less profitable. Salaries increased to 11,000. Still won't let us increase the dividend, unfortunately. How much would it be to... Yeah, it's too much to buy one of these guys out. We'd have to pay like 2 and a bit million, and it's probably not worth it right now. It could well be worthwhile buying some cheap industry, if possible. But as for routes of further expansion, we do want to eventually get to about here and then buy into Romania and then connect up to Bucharest and Constanta. Romania is only 1 million to get into, and Bucharest and Constanta, you can make good money from those. And then eventually we want to go Galata Tulsia to get into Russia. Russia's only 100,000, and it does have quite a lot of cities, so they're just not very big. But we do want Russia. So the route that we will go is eventually we want to get to, like, Resita. Even if we don't buy into Serbia, we can maybe get into Belgrade by building a station across the river and then just covering up. That will cover, like, the part of the city, if not the whole city. Because the game doesn't care that we build the station in Austria-Hungary and we don't have access to Serbia. We could still take advantage of part of the city with some dodgy stations. So, yeah, we want to get to Resita, but how we do that, I don't know. We could go Kecskemét, Szeged, Timisoara, Resita, or we could go like Kecskemét directly to Novi Sad. Or Novi... Yeah, these cities don't really have a lot going for them. I think we do need more trains though, because we aren't exactly making much in the way of profit. So it might be worthwhile actually just building an express. Because I don't think we're going to make enough money just hauling freight. Unfortunately. Okay, so... Well, if we do Zagreb... There's actually... Even though there's a lot of passengers, they kind of just want to go here, there and everywhere. It's a bit annoying. Zagreb-Bratislava would actually be quite a profitable little freight train. So let's do that. Zagreb-Bratislava. And then from Bratislava... You see, Bratislava has a lot of passengers. But... So it might actually be worthwhile doing a Bratislava-Budapest Express. He met the renowned writer Jules Verne at a social gathering. He related a tale of an incredible machine that sounded as much a creature as it did a machine. According to Verne, you'd need to connect the city of Zagreb to learn more, since it was the wish of a group of monks there that knew the tale in depth. So we have already connected to Zagreb, which means that we get this. The excited monks celebrate your arrival and bless you and your railway for connecting them to world with your railway. Yeah, there's a few typos and spelling mistakes here in this scenario. At the appropriate time, you ask about the creature/machine Jules Verne spoke to you about. The monks were happy to give you great account of a machine. The description made it sound like a sea monster. They tell you that if you were to deliver 3 carloads of meat to their brothers in Chisinau, they'd be willing to give you instructions on how to create such a machine. So yeah, basically, if we deliver 3 carloads of meat to Chisinau, which is tiny, but it's the present-day capital of Moldova, then, yeah, if we can do that, then something good will happen. And we get access to a new machine. Anyway, we will do a express from Budapest to Bratislava, and I just have to kind of hope that it can make it without stopping. I realise that I built this in such a way that it basically stops me from upgrading this station to a large, but that's... oh well. Annoyingly, the AI are probably... yeah, the AI are actually using my track, which is a bit annoying. But, if we do a Thatcher Perkins from Bratislava to Budapest, and make it any express with a dining car, and then in Budapest it will deliver nothing. Doesn't need the caboose either. Yeah, so Bratislava, 6 express, dining car caboose. Then Budapest it will load up on nothing, where it will then go and how do I do this? Yeah, the maintenance, then the service. Or the service, then the maintenance, I suppose it doesn't really matter. Budapest maintenance, Budapest service. With no cargo, obviously. Then back to Budapest. Caboose, dining car, any express. And then it will do that. Back to Bratislava. And unfortunately it's only taking 1 passenger and 1 mail, or 0.6 of a mail, of a load of mail. But anyway, Vienna to Budapest. I think I already have a train going from Vienna to Budapest, but I'm not actually sure. I will check. Oh, we do, but it's a freight train. And also, the fact it's an express train, we want to make it high priority so that it doesn't stop for the freight trains. The freight trains have to stop for it. It might also be worthwhile doubling up around Budapest while we're at it. And maybe double up around here, I'm not too sure. Vienna to Budapest or Vienna Zagreb, maybe. I suppose we could do both actually. I swear when I built this station it actually covered more of the city than it appears to be doing. Zagreb doesn't really do well with passengers and mail, because unfortunately they kind of just want to go to here, there and everywhere. Bratislava though... yeah, this is the issue I'm facing, is that passengers, etc., just kind of want to go here, there, and everywhere. Could actually connect Budapest up to Miskolc. Would require another bond. Let's just do that and see what is going on in Miskolc. It's probably like Miskolc or something, but I don't know how you pronounce it. Ooh. I've accidentally ended up in Salgotaryan, because I thought this would be quite straightforward. Gone the wrong way, yeah. So, Miskolc, or Miskolc. Right, there we go. So, Budapest to Miskolc. I mean, Miskolc is absolutely tiny. There's not really much we can do from Budapest to Miskolc, unfortunately. Even decently sized cities don't really have much you can really do with them, unfortunately. It's a bit annoying, but it is what it is, I suppose. Anyway, we did Bratislava Budapest. Yeah, like I keep saying, it's just very annoying because all these passengers want to go here, there, and everywhere. They don't want to just go to one specific place. But Vienna to Budapest we can do. So Vienna. I just realised that it only refuels once. It goes from Bratislava to Budapest, then it refuels in Budapest. So we kind of have to hope. What I need to do actually is add on Bratislava at the end, take on nothing, and then go to the maintenance and service in Bratislava, and then back to Bratislava, which it does do anyway. Because the problem is that otherwise it basically goes Bratislava to Budapest, then it refuels for the journey from Budapest to Bratislava, then it goes back to Budapest, and then it goes back to Bratislava, which is fine, but it then basically has to go from Budapest to Bratislava. Sorry, from Budapest to Bratislava, and then back to Budapest, all on one tank of fuel. Which is, you know, a bit daft. Anyway, we'll do Vienna to Budapest as a express train. So Vienna to Budapest, any express. Then Budapest, it will take on no cargo, except for a caboose. And then it will go Budapest service and Budapest maintenance, where it will take on no cargo. Then it goes back to Budapest, where it then takes on a full load of cargo. Back to Vienna, where it loads up with nothing. And then it goes and refuels in Vienna with nothing, and then it goes back to Vienna, and the cycle carries on. And that will be an express train. Yeah, you just have to do a lot of micromanagement in this game, this particular scenario. The company is not actually doing very well, unfortunately. Yeah, so annoyingly, this train did have to stop for fuel, even on the way. So our express train speed, I think it updates every year in the journal, so we won't know what it is just yet. We have reached economic prosperity, which is very nice. But the thing is I don't think I've done anything wrong, and yet I still feel like I've done something wrong. I know I just said I don't feel like I've done anything wrong, but I don't think I've done anything wrong. But I still feel like I've made a lot of mistakes, and I still feel like I've got a bad start, even though I've got a fairly extensive layout. The company's just not making money. And I really don't know what I could have done differently. Yeah, investors are annoyed, your salary remains at 11,000. Express train speed average is 21 miles an hour, which is good enough for silver, but it's also kind of not good enough. A leader of a Serbian separatist group has come to you looking to make a deal. He asks that you sign a document stating that you feel the treatment of Serbia by the Emperor of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, that should be Austro-Hungarian, Empire is biased and unfair. Such a statement by a person of your influence will have a noticeable effect on the royal court. However, the details are not finished, so we'll return to you at the end of the year to tell you how you help you if you decide to help Serbia. Generally, I would say this is a bad idea. Just like little spoiler alert. Right, I think we need more trains. We haven't actually got any trains going in and out of Győr, I've just noticed. So we could do a little freight train going from Budapest to Győr. That can be any freight. Because I think we just need more trains, simple as. Győr itself, yeah, it's not really a whole lot we can do with Győr, I suppose. Kind of the same with Bratislava at the moment. I suppose Bratislava's Zombotelli, because we don't have any trains coming in and out of Zombotelli. So we'll do Bratislava Zombotelli with a freight. Zombotelli's got a couple of passengers, so we could actually do Zombotelli to Bratislava, interestingly, as an express. So Bratislava Zombotelli, Banica Caboose Express, then Zombotelli to Bratislava. And it can probably do that on one tank of fuel. So then we just add on Bratislava with nothing. And then maintenance and service, and then back to Bratislava. And then that'll be a high priority train. Yeah, there's loads of passengers, but we're just not delivering them anywhere. Which is annoying, really, because I could be making a lot more money than I am doing. There's also a hell of a lot of... Yeah, Vienna Zombotelli, if I haven't done that already, that could be a good little freight train. And I don't think I do have that. No, I've got a freight train from Bratislava to Zombotelli and an express train from Bratislava to Zombotelli. But I don't have Vienna Zombotelli, so we'll do Vienna Zombotelli as a freight train. Yeah, so the dividend has been suspended. Economic boom times ahead. That might help us. But in all seriousness, I don't think this is actually going too brilliantly anymore. But we'll see, I suppose. We are getting more trains, which now is annoying. One of my express trains had to wait for a train. Waiting for the track to clear. A bit annoying. Yeah, annoyingly, they're still having to refuel even with my strategy. Oh, we are actually making more money now, which is good to see. Average speed for this year's down to 18 miles an hour, but that does include freight trains. So, in terms of expansion, like I said, we want to head over to Resita, Timisoara, Szeged, maybe. I mean, we could actually go, like, sort of this way instead of going this way. Ooh. Zagreb Vrashtin doesn't have an oil. Right, so that won't be good. So that train's been running for 2 years now with no oil. I'm surprised it hasn't crashed. Yeah, no. The Serbian has returned. He says that if you sign the document, you'll reduce the cost to gain access rights to Serbia by 50%, but it increases the cost of access to all other territories by 30%. Yeah. I mean, stock split 2 for 1. Very nice. Yes, the salary's increased to 17,000. We are in economic boom. So, Serbia is probably reasonable. I mean, Belgrade is actually quite sizable. You would save 1.5 million, but you would actually end up having to spend a further 2.5 million on the Ottoman Empire, which you have to buy access into. So, it's like, is Serbia really that worth it in this scenario? Probably not. Right, we'll put the dividend back up if they'll let us. And I think we'll take out some bonds and then connect over to PEX. Maybe. Or do I just go Kekskimet Szeged over that and do something like that? I think PEX might have a little bit of stuff. And we might be able to do an express from like Zagreb to PEX. It's a bit hilly around here, that I wasn't expecting. I never did connect to Zalajgazheg, but I'm not sure how much it's actually worth it, to be honest. Okay, so that is PEX connected up. Unfortunately, there's a bit of a gradient there, but I don't know what I can really do about that. Right, anyway. So PEX, there's a bit of grain we can ship to Zombatelli. A couple of passengers that want to go to Bratislava. Nobody wants to go to PEX, unfortunately. There's not really a whole lot we can actually do. What about Zagreb in terms of freight? Ooh! Okay, we can deliver clothes and logs and meat, so we're definitely doing Zagreb to PEX with a freight. Kapusvar we can just do a small station. Yeah, because there's not really anything in Capisvar we can do. It's really annoying because I could be making a lot more money if I wasn't so bothered about the express speed, which, to be honest, it's 21 miles an hour, so it's not the best. And Capisvar is fairly useless, actually, for this scenario. I think if we take out another, yeah, a couple of bonds, then we can go over to Novi Sad. And then maybe Recita, but I don't think we've got enough money for that, so we'll need more bonds for Recita. But Novi Sad we can connect to. Yeah, and then Timisoara, Recita will need more bonds. So Novi Sad, I'll build a large station there to get that grain farm, I reckon. And then so Novi Sad to Zagreb would be a good freight. Then, Recita itself doesn't actually have a... well, I was going to say actually it doesn't have a whole lot going for it, but it's got a little bit of stuff. Take out another bond, and then we can go... connect up to Timisoara. Like that. And then also do Recita. Which unfortunately is on a bit of a slope. So if we do something like that, that works. And then Timisoara, like that. So, Timisoara to, I'm thinking Varaždin or Zagreb. Varaždin's got a bit of coal and iron, and meat, logs as well, and it's also closer than Zagreb. Yeah, Zagreb doesn't actually have a whole lot we can deliver. So we'll do Varaždin to Timisoara, which will be a freight. And then Timisoara to Varaždin, that's fine. Although I think we'll actually just copy that over and do the reverse journey. And then as for Recita, we can deliver lumber to Varaždin, Zagreb or Pex, pulpwood to Timisoara, it's actually not a whole lot. Logs from Varaždin, apparently. No, they are kind of out of date. Varaždin, we can deliver coal and iron to Recita, and then Recita, Timisoara pulpwood. Lumber to Verashtin. So it's not ideal. But I think Recita to Verashtin could be okay. With a freight. Let's suspend the dividend again. I mean, we could actually connect Kekskemet up to Novi Sad, etc. Like this. Oh, maybe connect up with Szeged as well. There we go. I mean, I doubt this weapons factory is going to do anything, because I don't think there's any steel anywhere. So Szeged has some lumber that... Recita lumber to Szeged. And then Szeged has grain that we could ship over to Verashtin, interestingly enough. So Szeged, Verashtin, maybe. And then logs from Verashtin to Szeged, along with some iron, some coal, and some meat. Okay, so we'll do Szeged to Verashtin. As a freight. And then we'll copy that and do the reverse journey. Right. So our express train speed is not very high, net worth is not very high. I think silver is doable, gold is way harder than silver in this. You've got to have... Because silver, all you've got to do is Vienna to Istanbul and express speed of 20 miles an hour. Gold, you've got to have 30 miles an hour and a net worth of 15 million. Or more. So yeah, I think silver is doable, gold is just insane for this scenario. We are not making money this year. Maybe the trains just need to arrive. It's annoying that there's so much express. Bratislava actually has the most express. Apart from maybe Budapest, because Budapest is not my station. I'm going to build some cheap post office. I'm going to build some post offices here and there and everywhere. They don't make any money, but they might just help with like the mail and stuff. Yeah, restaurants and taverns are too much. Oh! Vienna Zombertelli has run out of oil. Yeah, Vienna Zombertelli doesn't actually have a maintenance facility. Whoops. That will certainly not help the express trains. Right, so we didn't actually make that much money this year. We do have a lot of bonds, but we also had a lot of expenses. Express train speed is still 21 miles an hour, so I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Yeah, we do have a lot of bonds. Ooh, Budapest and Kecskemet is just connected to Salgotaryan, and that track is actually not too bad, although I'd rather they'd have built an overpass. And that is Well, that's what I mean about the AIs. They just build stupid track. They don't think, oh, I'll build a round. The AI just builds as straight and short track as possible, even if it's just completely stupid. We are actually making a massive loss now, which is a bit annoying. My trains are just not profitable. Despite the economic boom. Not really sure what I can do about that, unfortunately. Because there's not really anywhere else I can connect to. I mean, in an ideal world, I'd take out a lot of money, pay the 1 million for Romania, and then it'd be a lot of money, but I'd eventually get to Bucharest. But I can't do it with 1.5 million, so I don't know how much that would cost. A station in Belgrade, I mean that's like half of the city, but it does cover quite a lot of main industry. There's quite a bit in Belgrade. Just wondering how, like, if I do that. I'm going to save the game as well, just while I'm at it. Okay, so there's a lot of steel we can ship over to PEX. Some iron and coal that we would have to ship to. Livestock we can ship to Zagreb. Steel we could ship to Zagreb. Grain to, like, Zombatelli, but it's not ideal, that. So it would basically end up being something like Zagreb to... Oh, sorry, Belgrade to Zagreb, maybe, but that's quite a long way. But it might actually be quite profitable. Wait, did I not have track before? Why were there passengers showing up then? If it wasn't connected, the passengers shouldn't have been showing up. That's bizarre. But anyway, we'll do Belgrade to Zagreb. Actually need to zoom out a bit to be able to see everything. Yeah, so it's delivering a bit of steel, livestock, grain, etc. Yeah, so we are making money again now. I don't know why I weren't making much money last year. But eventually we'll need to connect to Bucharest. It'll be our next main big station, and I think once we get to Bucharest, then hopefully we can start making some money. Share price is actually going down quite a bit, unfortunately. Although actually it's just gone to $48, so it went down to 39, now it's at 48. I don't know. Very volatile. I don't want to take out more bonds. Express speed is 22 miles an hour now, so it's actually sped up a bit. I don't quite know how. Maybe it's like 21.5 and it just rounds up, I don't know. Yeah, so annoyingly, we're now a bit stagnant. Because we've kind of reached a point now where I can't take out more bonds. and we're not actually that profitable. Despite the economic boom, which has now just turned into economic prosperity. I'm going to take out $1 million in bonds, buy into Romania, and I don't know how much it's going to cost to get to Bucharest, and also actually physically getting to Bucharest might not be that easy. I don't really want to have to build a tunnel. Because that's very expensive. I mean, that track's actually alright, but... yeah. I don't really want to be building tunnels. I know I don't have enough money, I'm just sort of planning ahead. So the salary's increased to 19,000. Express train speed has gone down to 21 miles an hour, but that's fine. I think realistically, as long as it's above 20, I'm fine. For now, anyway. Oh, okay. Right, annoyingly I can't take out any more bonds, and I don't want to be issuing stock because it barely raises any money. Predictably, the AI over here is just not making any money. But then again, we're not exactly making much money either. The express trains are actually very profitable, but I can't be running too many of them. So I think I actually just need more freight trains. But where do they run? That's the question. Do I actually have a freight train going? Oh my god, there's just so much express. It's mad. I could probably do an express from Budapest to Miskolc, but it probably wouldn't be that profitable. Although it might actually be quite fast. I guess I've got nothing to lose. It's quite funny because none of these are my station. And yet, oh, that needs to be high priority. Yeah, neither... Oh, wow. These guys have just declared bankruptcy. Which basically means that their debt gets cut in half, but their credit rating is destroyed. So, yeah, these guys are just... dead. These guys are actually doing pretty well. We've had a salary cut. We're not doing brilliantly. Increase the dividend as much as we can. Yeah, predictably that's not going to do anything. It's very annoying that I have 10 million in bonds because I just want to keep taking out bonds. This game would be a lot easier if you could just take out as many bonds as you wanted to, as long as your credit rating was high enough. Because then I'll just keep taking out bonds. I'll take out, you know, as many as I can. It might be possible to be able to build track along this coastline. And then I don't have to worry about gradients and tunnels and stuff. Although I don't have any money. Yep, dividend's gone down again. So we need 300,000 shares at $50 a share for gold, assuming no margin debt. We have 7,000 shares at $36 a share. Yeah. Honestly, I'm actually surprised that we aren't making more money than we are. I mean, I know we've got a lot of bonds and debt, but you look at the trains and they're not, you know, they're not too bad. I suppose the annoying thing is that they have to make a lot of long journeys. And also, maybe I just need more trains. But where do I run trains? Because there's a lot of express, there's not a lot of freight. I mean, I can do like your Zombatelli. They're actually pleased with us though, they increased the salary. Just desperately need to get to Bucharest, even though it's going to cost a lot of money. It would be easy if I could take out some bonds. Or, you know, issue stock for more. And they suspend the dividend because we run out of money. Normal economic growth. Well, yeah. This train is probably actually a mistake. I could probably get rid of this train, honestly. So, this track going from Budapest to Miskolc is basically just useless. Is there anything in Salgatayan? Some meat. Pulpwood. Yeah, not really. Whoa, where's this sudden influx of money come from? Why have I suddenly got 732,000? Like, I'm not complaining, but what? Also, the AI is just connected to Arad. I don't know when they did. But they must have done that last year. Because I was actually going to connect to Arad myself. So, that could be something we'd do, is connect Timisoara up to Arad. But, let's get our priorities in order. This track is pretty stupid. I mean, a tunnel would be the fastest way, but it would also cost a lot of money. You know, one big tunnel here would be 2 million, and we can't afford that. The thing is despite the name of the scenario, we're probably very unlikely to run trains from Vienna to Istanbul. Our express trains will just basically be, you know, short, limited, profitable trains, I suppose, that will probably go quite fast, ideally. And we are out of cash. Yeah, I don't know why I just suddenly got like 700,000 in cash. Oh, Szeged to Vrashtin runs out of water. Vrashtin is over there. Szeged is over there, so yeah, we need like maintenance and service way over there. And now I've got like minus 500,000, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, highly annoyed with us. I don't know what happened there. I had a sudden influx of money, I don't anymore. I can only assume a very profitable train arrived, but I don't really understand how or why. The Pensy has become available. Now the Pensy is very good on hills and gradients and very good at pulling power. It's a bit more expensive to buy because it's 140,000, not 100,000. But it's very bad for passengers, but it's very good for freight trains. It's just a bit cheaper, a bit more expensive to buy, sorry. But a bit cheaper to maintain. Slightly. Zagreb Pex has run out of water and oil, although there is maintenance and service on the way. I've just seen grass as well, but there's a textile mill, but there's not really anything else there. This is really silly because Vienna has lots of cargo, but there's so much produce in Vienna. That should be getting turned into alcohol, which we are shipping, I suppose. Bratislava. Most of the cargo is express. Novi Sad, Belgrade, yeah. There's a lot of cargo lying around. But it's all just like iron and stuff, which we can't really do much with, because it just gets turned into steel. Timisoara, Vienna, Timisoara, Bratislava, Timisoara, Pex for the paper. Yeah. It seems like you can make a lot of money from just freight trains, but we're just not, and I'm not really sure why. And yet somehow we get a salary increase, despite the fact that I don't think we're really doing very well. Apparently we made $500,000 in profit last year. Not really sure how. Don't feel like it, because we don't have any money. Got a bit of money now. I might have to start buying shares on the margin, but I don't really want to do that until we know that the company's going to start making big profits all of a sudden. That's a pretty nasty track. I don't know how much it really matters, to be honest, because if we're not going to be running express trains around here, then it doesn't actually matter too much. Yeah. So we're now out of money, but Bucharest isn't too far away, and it should be fairly flat. I mean, it's still going to cost us, you know, like $1.5 million for the track and the station. And I really wish I could take out more bonds. Ah, here we go. Unions are illegal at this time, therefore the leader of a social club has told you that if you increase the pay of your workers 25%, they will improve loading-unloading times by 25%. Deal. So yeah, this will improve the average speed of our trains. And just make them go faster, but the pay increases. But honestly, I don't really know how much we're paying them, so hopefully this actually just ends up being a profitable adventure. And if nothing else, it will increase the speed of our trains. Or at least it should do. Share price has gone up to $61, which is nice. I'm not going to issue stock, but if I did, I'd barely make any money anyway. Really wish I could take out bonds. My credit rating is really good, but what good is a credit rating when you can't take out bonds? And I can't refinance them either. Actually, an electric plant near Budapest, that will create demand for coal. Well, they're saying that coal's already quite cheap, so can't really ship coal to Budapest. I've not actually been taking advantage of Kecskemét, but Kecskemét Szeged, I just realised, would actually make some cash, although we don't have any money. So, Szeged, Kecskemét, growing prosperity, good, but I can't really do anything with that. And I have a lot of negative cash. Wow, we're really not doing well this year. Right, so the this company, Cosis and Miskolc, has been liquidated by its creditors. Creditors Committee vows to keep track and stations open for other railroads on a fee basis. So we could buy them out for $692,000, but then we would acquire, I think, all of their debts. Although actually they don't exist as a company. I don't think they have any trains either. Liquidation's a bit weird in this game. It says, this railroad has been liquidated by its creditors. The creditors are operating the remaining track and stations with a value of $1 million. You may purchase these assets free of debt or any other liability at a discounted price of $692,000. You must buy all the assets and no shareholder vote is needed. Yeah, so basically I think you just get their track and stations. But they don't have any trains, so it's fairly pointless because they're not actually going to be very useful to us. But it's just something that you can do. And also he's got, you know, no cash and stock on him, so he's not going to make another company. Like, if we bought out this Budapest company, he could easily make another company. Although I don't know where he would do it. Oh, train crash. And I annoyingly don't have enough money to replace it right now. So Zagreb to Bratislava freight train. That's annoying. Yeah, we're not doing very well. Budapest and Kecskemet has just connected to Bekeskaba. Boom times ahead. This doesn't have a great deal of cargo. I'm honestly not too bothered about the AI, like the AI can kind of just do what they want. It doesn't really affect me. If they want to use my track, then fair play to them, but... Apparently we made 93,000, they made... Yeah, I don't know, this game's daft. Desperately need money. Okay, I've got a tiny bit of money. I'll do a Thatcher Perkins from Szeged to Kecskemet. Freight. And we also need a... It was Bratislava to Zagreb, if memory serves. And it was a freight train. Oh, for God's sake, it's hauling nothing. Really? Come on. Ten-wheeler has become available. Now the 10-wheeler is 100% for passengers, so it's kind of exactly average. It's terrible on hills, but it does have a top speed of 55 miles an hour, apparently, when pulling a full train load. So we could actually start using that for freight trains. It's only 100,000 as well. I mean, we could actually probably be using it for passengers as well. It's just that it's really bad on hills. An oil refinery has appeared near Zagreb. Too bad there's no oil. It's annoying that there's a steel mill in... Oh, sorry, there's not a steel mill. There's a tool and die in Zagreb, which creates demand for steel and creates goods, but the prices are just terrible. Barely make any money. Also, Zagreb Zombotelli, if we haven't already done that, we could deliver some paper at a good price. Timisoara Pex meats. It's annoying because all the freight that is profitable all wants to go to different places. And we just don't have any money! Pleven has offered $200,000 for the first company to connect to it. Realistically, we're probably never going to connect there. I mean, we could do, if we went, like, to Bucharest and then to Pleven. But we're probably going to end up going Bucharest, Varna, Burgas. Istanbul along this route, which I think is the route that the real Orient Express did go. It kind of did go around here. Bucharest, Varna, Istanbul. I really want some frickin' money to get to Bucharest and then Constanta, because Bucharest and Constanta will make big money. Apparently we made 341,000. Where is this money? It's just not, it's non-existent. The thing is even with... now, sudden influx of cash. Could issue stock, but I don't really want to do that. Craiova, probably not going to connect to. Pitesti actually has a lot of cargo, but it's just all grain. And yeah. Saying that, we could actually ship the grain over to other places because it's cheap in Pitesti. So progress is incredibly slow. And yeah, as you get to Kexkanet, I didn't build maintenance and service, let's just run out of water. But guess what? I've got no money. I can't even afford a simple water tower. Oh, train crash. Crashed in Timisoara, freight train run out. It's just crashed. Very annoying. I might actually have to make an executive decision and sack off the gold and just go for the silver, and then just sack off the personal net worth and issue stock, but even then, realistically, I will not make any money. I think this scenario would be so much easier if I was just going for silver. Because I would run more trains, I'd run more express trains, and I wouldn't bother about this like freight only, express only. I still have to worry about the 20 miles an hour, but... yeah, apparently we've just lost like 500,000 this year. That's terrible. Yep, salary cut. Somehow the express train speed is still 21 miles an hour. And that's kind of without much effort. I mean, I think the initial, you know, the AAA credit rating and the 500,000 extra in cash has helped because it's allowed me to build quite an extensive network. Apparently we are making money now. Doesn't feel like it. Right. Sudden tiny influx in cash. So we do need maintenance and service in this area. Can't afford the service, but I can build the maintenance. Sorry, I can't afford the maintenance, but I can build the service. Yeah, I feel like you can make a hell of a lot of money on this map, but I'm just not. Because the economy is actually pretty strong now, there's a lot of cargo. Oh, great. A frickin' recession as well, just to make matters worse. Like, there is a lot of cargo lying around. But it's... unfortunately, it's a lot of express as well. So even though we made minus 69,000 apparently, we've been given a bonus. I guess minus 69,000 is a lot better than losing 500,000 in a year. You can tell we're not doing well because our share price is only $28. Whereas the AI, they're doing really, really well. Suspension bridges become available. Not terribly useful, although it would be quite funny if you managed to get you know, millions and millions, and you built a suspension bridge from Varna to Istanbul, just across the Black Sea, like a, you know, 200-mile long suspension bridge. You know, perfectly possible in this game. Completely daft in reality. No, unfortunately, we seem to have hit a brick wall, and I think the only thing that's going to get us out of this brick wall is... Can we declare bankruptcy? Would that help? If you declare bankruptcy, half of your debts will be nullified. However, you'll have to forfeit all company cash and your credit rating will be too low to allow further bond issues for many years to come. But we've already got 10 million in bonds. And you may also have troubles issuing stock. Not a problem because we aren't actually doing that. So, forfeit all company cash. Well, we haven't got any company cash anyway. The debt would be halved, so we would actually save about $500,000 a year, which would actually bring us into a profit. So I'm actually going to declare bankruptcy. And the credit rating is still a B. Wow. Okay. Although I do have 20 bonds outstanding. It's just that they're all at $250,000, not $500,000. So the dividend is really low. Share price has actually gone up. Can't declare bankruptcy again for another 5 years. They're highly excited about our performance, even though we literally just declared bankruptcy. This game is daft. So declaring bankruptcy in this game doesn't actually mean game over. It's not like you're bankrupt, game over. Declaring bankruptcy can actually be a viable strategy. Because now the economy's back on track, if we start turning a profit, you know, yes, we lost all our company money, but we didn't have any to begin with. Our credit rating hurt, but it's still a B, so we can actually take out bonds, and we are actually now apparently making a profit. And we have actually got a bit of money. Admittedly, it's only a bit, but... So yeah, declaring bankruptcy. I have actually declared bankruptcy in previous scenarios in the past, and gone on to win. Because declaring bankruptcy did actually turn the company around. Runners to your mark. The first Olympic Games to be held in Athens, Greece, 1896. Yeah, so quite fitting, seeing as we just had the Paris 2024 Olympics. If you're watching this in the future, then that just gives you an idea of when this video is from. Yeah, so 1896, the first modern Olympics, as it were, 128 years ago. And of course it's in Athens, where else would it be? So we're not exactly, you know, drowning in money, but we are apparently turning a profit. Don't feel like it though, does it? Can't have any dividends because we've got no company cash. If I sacked off silver and just went for gold, if I sacked off gold and just went for silver, and then I wouldn't have to worry about dividend, and I could issue stock. If I just said right now, right, I'm not, you know, gold is impossible. But at the same time, that sounds like something a coward would do. So, am I a coward? Probably. Anyway, Craiova to Novi Sad, we could deliver some tiny bit of coal and oil, lumber, clothes. Main thing is some produce. But the Novi Sad, Craiova. There's actually a tiny bit of ammunition over here, but there's no demand for it anywhere, I imagine. Yeah, this isn't exactly going to be very profitable. There's just nothing that wants to go to Craiova. From Novi Sad, at least. Resita. Tiny bit of furniture. Some toys over here we could ship over to Resita. Sorry, from Resita to Craiova. But in all honesty, I think Craiova's not exactly going to be very useful. Right, I am going to buy a maintenance facility. Look at me, big spender, spending 100,000 on a maintenance facility. Wow! Growing prosperity. So the company's sort of turning around, just very, very slowly. And I do feel like once we can get to Bucharest, things will actually pick up. Hopefully. It's just unfortunate that we still need a lot of money to get there. I actually don't know how much we need, but I'd say about 1 million to get to Bucharest. Could take a chance and buy 1,000 shares on margin. You know what? Go for it. Boom times! We only actually have until the end of 1913, so we actually only have until the start of 1914. So we have actually used about half of our time, and we're still not really doing very well. Yeah, profit is just not coming in this year, despite the economic boom. The annoying thing is I am actually paying money and maintenance on this track despite not using it. One thing I could do is if I get 250,000, I could pay off one of these bonds and then take another one out, and then that would actually increase my money to 500,000. So, ah dear, train crash. So if I can get to 250,000, I could refinance my bonds, and then take out more bonds to refinance them, and then that will actually give me some cash. I just realised. Although I am going to have to pay the underwriter fee, so it won't give me too much more cash, but it will give me just a little bit. The worst ones now I think are 9%. So yeah, declaring bankruptcy has actually saved the company in a stupid turnaround. And on that note, I'm going to save the game. In a stupid state of affairs, yeah, bankruptcy saved the company. So we now have 10 million in bonds and like 5 million in cash. But we have 5 million in cash, which is enough to do what we need to do, which is connect to Bucharest, Calarassi, I suppose. So Bucharest will get a large station. And then Bucharest we can go to yeah, Bucharest Rosita and Bucharest and we will use Pensies because these will be freight trains. So Bucharest Rosita, and then Novi Sad to Bucharest. So it's a bit of a gradient, but it's nothing terrible. And the thing is the Pensy is actually really good on hills, so it doesn't really matter. And then raise the dividend up again. I can have a big dividend now because we've got a lot of cash. And then Constanta as well. Actually, how is that? That's not exactly ideal. That's better. And then we've finally made it to Constanta. Can't get port in and those industries over there. So we'll go for the port. So this port supplies goods, demands cheese, meat and weapons. So there's no... Oh, there are actually 11 loads of weapons. Okay. So cheese, meat and weapons. Weapons from Zhiged. Apparently. Oh yeah, because there's a weapons factory. Ha! I mean, it's a hell of a long way, but that would be funny. So yeah, Calarassi to Constanta. As a freight train. And then Constanta to Bucharest, maybe? Yeah, Constanta Bucharest as a freight train as well. And there you go. Oh, train crash. So Rosita Verashtin as a freight train. And yeah, there you go, we've paid back the margin debt. So we've got 15,000 shares, $17 a share. It's not much that we're making from dividends, but it's just a little bit that might help. We actually have a quarter of the total shares of the company, although economic boom just fading. So we actually make like $250,000 in dividend payments per year. Very nice. Although getting to 15 million, I don't know how we're going to do that. It's just not going to happen, is it? I need to be more aggressive with by that, access to Russia, because we do need to deliver 3 loads of meat to Now. And it is actually quite far. Tulsia actually does have a fair bit going for it, so we'll connect up to there as well. Try and get flat track if possible. Well, there's a bit of a grade, a bit of a hill in the way. Galati, Tulsia. I think Galati is in Romania. It could be Russia. No, it is Romania, okay. How do I want to do this? Maybe Galati is the way to go, and then go Galati. Yeah, and then forget about Tulsia, maybe? That might be better. Ooh, I don't want a bridge. So Galati or Galati to Constanta probably, or Galati Bucharest even. Yeah, Bucharest, Galati. Well, actually, we'll do both. So Galati Constanta. Freight, and then Bucharest to Galati. Oh, train crash. Vrajdan Timisoara, very annoying. Suspended the dividend because we don't have any money. Normal economic growth. Ugh, for God's sake. I was going to say things are picking up now we've got into Romania, but we do have a lot of bonds. It's entirely possible that sometime between now and the end of the scenario we will have to make another bankruptcy. Because normal economic growth. Ah, so that train that crashed, it was Vrajdan to... I forget. I forget. I've completely forgotten what it was. But yeah, it's gone now, unfortunately. Could actually buy some shares in the AI. Why not? Oh, another train crash. Zagreb to Pex. It's not the most profitable train in the world. We are making a bit of money. Right, we're coming up to the 2-hour mark, so I'm going to have to unfortunately save it and end it there. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Galati Constanta didn't build a water tower. That's something I'll have to deal with next time. Hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you in part 2 whenever that gets recorded and released. And take care, folks. Have a nice day. Bye bye.